Well, guys, I, for one, am 100% shocked and definitely did not see this coming. Apparently, Gwen Berry, the hammer thrower that recently was in the controversy about, playing the anthem because she was set up. I mean, the U.S. Olympic Committee that runs the trials had time to set her up with an oppressive thing like playing the national anthem at an award ceremony, because that's never been done, and because they obviously had the time to come up with a devious scheme to hurt her feelings. Therefore, she was set up. But check out this photo, guys. Turns out it doesn't seem like Gwen Berry really hated the flag or America all that much until perhaps, she went to the Colin Kaepernick school of victimization. And now she hates it. The only problem is, it seems that Gwen Berry's PR team forgot to update her old website. So, you have this floating out there. So, just to be clear, her protest and the PR was totally not an act. It was definitely not all an act. She was definitely not protesting simply to get attention for herself and or maybe some of those woke China, Nike, Kaepernick sponsorship dollars. Okay? This was a 100% legitimate thing and not her partaking in the cottage industry victimization scheme that we have seen so much of these days, right? This is a genuine protest. She's truly hurt because miraculously in the last couple of months, she was able to change her tune entirely, right? She wasn't a victim then. Seems like she's pretty proud to represent the flag here. A couple of years ago, whatever it may be. So she definitely is not trying to pull a Colin Kaepernick, right? She didn't always hate the flag, apparently. It's just now it's a trendy thing to do. She seems to have actually loved it. But again, there's no cottage industry. There's no money for those who are willing to just love their country and to represent it and to be proud and to stand for your flag and for your anthem. There's no money in that, folks. The money is in being a victim. The money is in getting the woke, leftist, liberal media to highlight you as a victim, as an oppressed entity. Activist athlete. That is the category. If you're not the best at what you do, if you're not in a sport that pays a lot of money, you too can become really, really, really rich and famous as long as you're an activist. As long as you're spreading the leftist propaganda and going against America, you too can do it. Because again, I imagine there's not a lot of money in hammer throwing, but there's a lot of money in activism, folks. We've seen it. We've seen it. We will see it again and again until we keep calling this stuff out, until we call out the sponsors who will inevitably jump on the bandwagon and try to promote this because they know they can get an athlete for pretty cheap who's going to get a lot of press. I think the wokeness was more about cashing in, folks. I'm not going to lie to you. And all you have to do is look at this picture to figure it out. Okay? This is the difference, the before and the after of what happens when you're just in a normal American education system and what happens when you integrate critical race theory. That's what happens. Everyone becomes a victim. Everything's a racist. Everyone's a racist. This is what happens, guys. The before and the after of implementing critical race theory. You see it. That's why the press is pushing it, because they can create more victims for themselves. So, to me, this is a big story, though it is also the least surprising story or headline of the day. Okay? I guess she just wants a Nike deal, and guess what, folks? Who wants to bet that she probably gets it? Or someone else who's trying to catch up to Nike in the woke Olympics themselves. That's where we're going. It's only a matter of time. So I hope you guys have a good one. I hope you're paying attention, because Gwen Berry went from throwing the hammer to apparently now wanting to throw the hammer and the sickle. Okay? That's what communism does. That's what they're pushing for. But again, there's a lot more money there than there is in just being a patriotic American these days. And that sucks. Happy 4th of July, folks.